our Prime Minister will be free to make calls to those that are important, especially the Biafran people that have been waiting to know what is going on.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, and welcome to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform that gives you quality news and information on everything happening in Biafran territory. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notification because we will be notifying you whenever we drop our spanking news. Today is Saturday, and today is Sabbath day for our Sabbatarian brothers and our sisters. Yes, and those who are Jews. Yes, happy Sabbath day. Shabbat Shalom. As we give you this great news today. It is actually a great news. In the past few weeks, we've been predicting a lot of things concerning the Prime Minister. And towards the ending of the week, there was a very huge concern. From different places. So many people started, bothering themselves over the situation on ground, and that is concerning the Prime Minister. But today we can attest, and today we can say with all confidence, that there is a progress, concerning the release of the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá Njoko. One thing I was sure about, was the fact that Finland, because I made my researches about Finland, I made research on, how they carry on their constitution, how they abide by their law and all that. I checked some certain people who have actually, in quote, violated their laws and how their courts were able to, handle the issue. Now, looking at the Prime Minister who did not violate any law, of Finland, they only got interested with the Prime Minister because of the numerous attacks from the zoo government, and also the DOS in quote, who kept on writing petitions upon petitions, against the Prime Minister, accusing the Prime Minister of causing violence in the land. But having looked at every scenario and situation of the Prime Minister, Simon Èkpá, and having looked at Finland generally and how they handle their laws and how they handle offenses, you can agree with me that it is just a matter of time. It is a matter of time. It is 1 month plus now and still counting. But the reality is that after listening to these important updates, after listening to this message, you will not have any reason to have doubts about the release of the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá. At least there is hope for them to remove, every to remove the ban they give to the Prime Minister, the ban of communication, because at some point the Prime Minister couldn't communicate with anybody. He couldn't communicate to people outside, and that made it very hard and difficult for people to get in touch to know the situation of the Prime Minister. At least there is hope for them to remove the ban against the Prime Minister, ban of communication. Now he can communicate to people freely. He can call, Biafrans can hear his voice, I won't be surprised if he organizes a media conference to address some critical issue. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. Let us listen to the full video of the update of the Prime Minister directly from Finland. Enjoy.
Information, Mazi Soni Aparawa. Thank you, fellow Biafrans, from wherever you are watching from. Thank you for tuning in. And for those that don't have opportunity to watch this live briefing update, tomorrow you will definitely do so. Greeting to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Greeting to our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And for all our leaders that have been piloting this affair before our time. Our leader, Odumewu Ojukwu. Our leader, Mazi Philip Effiong. And for all our heroes and heroes, thank you all for your sacrifice. Today, the man who have pushed us this far for a few years now, the man, the Prime Minister, who we respect so much, for over a month, he's with the Finnish authority, and they are on so-called question. And we all know the reason why he was called for question. It is because of what we are doing to restore Biafra and to stop Biafra from being restored. Likewise, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Nigerian terrorist state kidnapped him from Kenya for the same reason. And while all this are going on, we're not going to fold our hands and just be watching. The Biafra Republic government in exile and the entire cabinet are working tirelessly behind the scene to make sure that we do whatever we can for our both leaders to be released. And we have a good news coming from Finland today. And the good news from Finland today is about the communication of our Prime Minister, because they restrict him from certain communication. And for that reason, we are not able to get as much information from him. That restriction have been lifted. Starting from now on, our Prime Minister will be free to make calls to those that are important, especially the Biafran people that have been waiting to know what is going on. So we will be getting more details directly from him. We are happy for this development, and I believe every Biafran, every meaningful Biafran that cares so much about our struggle, that cares so much about our leader, Simon Ekpa, that cares so much about the sacrifice that he has sacrificed for the Biafran people. He didn't just find himself there because he won obedience. It's because of the fight to free his people, Biafra. Likewise, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was not kidnapped from Kenya just because the Nigerian state terrorists want to kidnap him. They kidnap him for a reason: to stop Biafra from emerging as a nation. And the question for all of us is that, are we going to let the zoo terrorist country succeed? The answer is no. Our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, once said that our action, that is what will provoke the Nigerian state to release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What we are doing out here matters. He applied to our leader, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, as well. Our action, what we are doing, It matters. The world is watching. They are weighing us. They are trying to see our response. Just like the terrorist state, Nigeria, what they've been doing for the past few days in Hiamufo and Osumu community as well. They are waiting to see our response. We can't play all our dice out for them to know what the response will be. But they believe we will respond. And no matter what they throw on us, no matter the bullet, we will take it and we will still fight. So fellow Biafrans, in Finland, with this development, we are happy that our Prime Minister can communicate more with his loved ones. When I say with his loved ones, not just with his children, family member, with his people, Biafra, because Biafra is our Prime Minister loved one, because our Prime Minister loved Biafra so much. That's the reason why he denounced the terrorist country called Nigeria. In one of his live broadcasts, he threw the Nigerian passport into pieces, showing that he have nothing to do with the terrorist state called Nigeria. And he also returned the medal he won for the terrorist state, Nigeria. He denounced Nigeria. And he embraced and made Biafran his people. And he showed Biafran people love. And he showed, being a true leader, he have to lead by example. He fight, and push us to this far. The progress we make in the past 3 to 2, the 3 to today update, is how he facilitates the movement of Biafra to make sure that we redeclare Biafra and actualize Biafra. With this great sacrifice that he has offered for Biafran people, we will never forget him. We will always be with him in our prayers, spiritually, physically, and otherwise. We are happy that we can now communicate more with him and know more about what is going on. With that, the Biafran people can now be rest assured that in no distant time, he will be here with us. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. All fingers hold crossed. Our Prime Minister will shortly join us as soon as possible. Finland is not a zoo that don't abide and respect the rule of law. I strongly believe, we Biafra strongly believe, the Biafra Republic government in exile and its cabinet strongly believe that Finland will do the right thing. And we ask them to do the right thing. We have reminded them how they remember, how they remind their children back in 1967 to 1970 that whenever they are eating, they should remember that Biafran children are starving. And the same Finland in question fought and liberate themselves from Russia, and they gained their total freedom. That is exactly what our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Èkpá, was doing, fighting for his people to be free. Finland authority, we know you all will do the right thing. We understand how the judicial system works there. It's a separate body from the political arena. They have their own decision. They can't be influenced by any party. At the same time, we believe that our Prime Minister, with due respect, he will receive the basic human right treatment because he is a law-abiding citizen of Finland as well. We urge them to do the right thing. Thank you, fellow Biafrans, for tuning in. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, the media team. Thanks, Honorable Sonny Aparawa, for having me and for Biafran people to receive this great news. Thank you.
Thank you, APM, for the quick update. Biafran people, the Prime Minister has shown his resoluteness, and our Supreme Leader has shown his resoluteness. It is the trust that he has in all of you as Biafrans that these two noble men put their lives in the line. I've listened to many of you speak on the media and all platforms talking about we no longer trust any of you. Please, web this moment. We don't want to hear such words coming from wonderful Biafrans. It's only the enemies of Biafra that should be using those phrases, because the two leaders that we have and the APM standing here now, they have their trust in you before they put their lives in the line for Biafra. The Biafra Defense Forces trust all of you. That is why many of them are made up of men and women that left America, left Europe, left UK, left Asia, all to come down to Biafraland to die just for you to have Biafra restored and secured. They have been in the bushes since 2020 when they were ESN and metamorphosed into the Biafra Defense Forces when they were unveiled in Helsinki, Finland. So they trust you so much and they put their lives on the line for you. So please give them the trust as well by not using those derogatory words that you don't trust anybody at this time. We all know the prices that we are paying because of this freedom. Many Biafrans just died because of the slaughter and massacre that happened in Osu and Yamofu and Owerri. These Biafrans died because they have their trust in you as fellow Biafrans that will restore Biafra. The last thing they wish is give us Biafra. Also, we've had many other speculations on the media that, they need to hire new lawyers, bring new lawyers. Our legal team to our PM is not capable. They need to go and recruit lawyers from here. We don't need that at this time. Do not give room to the enemies of Biafra to downplay the efforts of the legal team of the Prime Minister and the Biafran government. Both the attorneys of PM in Finland are super capable, and our legal team and our lobbies and attorneys instituted by the Biafran government under the supervision of the Prime Minister, they are super active and they are working. All they need is our respect. All they need is our support. All they need is every good thing that should come from a people that you are fighting for. Not words that will kill their spirit, not words that will downplay all their effort. I salute all of you. The media will have the time to discuss on the press briefing of the APM, and from here, from now, we lock it out. Thank you to all Biafra.
Honorable Sonny, let me just use the opportunity to let Biafrans know that when you talk about the legal team in Finland, they are the one of the best. The attorney that we have for our Prime Minister, which our Prime Minister actually select the attorney, is someone that he trusts. They know for years. And he is one of the best in Finland. The attorney that is handling the case, I don't think we can get any better attorney in Finland than the one that is handling the case of our Prime Minister. So please, I played with all Biafrans. Finger, hold tight, cross. It's just a process. Finland is not like a zoo country whereby they don't abide by rule of law. Finland is a law-abiding country. Please let's just let this process play out and be patient. And with this is a big test on the Biafran government. It's a big test on the Biafran people to see how resolute we are, to see how formidable we are, to see how strong we are. Please don't give up. The fight is not over yet. We are still fighting. That's the reason why we still have our great men on ground. We call them our angels, the men that are protecting our motherland. They are there for a reason. If we say we are giving up, what about the men on ground? Are you telling them to give up as well? Please, fellow Biafrans, we need everyone's cooperation. This is time that we all need to come together to fund this movement, to let them know how resilient we are, to let the world know how ready we are, to let Nigerian government, terrorists know that when we respond, we will respond more brutal. When we respond, they will not find a place to hide. We are not quiet. We are monitoring the situation, and we don't want to let it be on social media and just talking without action. In no distant time, they will hear from us. The government is working around the clock. Please, if our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have not given up, if our Prime Minister have not given up, and look at where they are. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being kidnapped from Kenya for over 3 years now, 4 years actually, and our Prime Minister is called for questioning for over a month. If they did not give up, why will you give up? If the men on ground have not given up, why will you give up? What about Biafrans that have been sitting at home for years just to send the strong message that they are not part of Nigeria, that they want to go? If these Biafrans that lock up their business voluntary, not by force, voluntary every Monday, just to make sure they get their freedom. If they have not given up, why will you give up? If the Biafrans in the homeland that are still talking about Biafra with the Biafran dream, if such people have not given up, why will you? Please, fellow Biafrans, this is now time we all need to rise up and fight. Fight for what we believe in. We are Biafrans. We are not Nigeria. It's time for us to stop complaining. We know what tomorrow, Saturday, is. Come out. Show your support. Do your best. It's not all about broadcasting for hours, talking without no action. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the time, after how many years, he said he's tired of broadcasting. Action. It's time for us to get our land back. Our Prime Minister did exposition for years before we make him the spokesperson before the government was formed and he was voted in as a prime minister. It's time for action. Whatever you know you have, you can bring. Support what we are doing. If these great leaders have not given up upon they are where they are, that they don't even supposed to be there, it's all because of our freedom. If they have not given up, why are you giving up? Why are you even thinking about giving up? It's time for action. We need to respond to the terrorist country. When they come thinking that we are quiet, we're not. They will hear from us and they will pay. And you, Biafran, that is listening, your support, your contribution will actually help the cause to make them pay heavily. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Vam Raf. Thank you, Bishop 555 Paul. Greeting from here. Do we have any other honorable media in the studio?
Yes, we have Adaptation. We have Adaptation.
Oh, thank you, Minister Adabeti. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. Please stand your ground. Stand your ground. Don't let no one bully you, deceive you. Everything that our Prime Minister left is still the way it is. And he's coming back to still see that we are still doing what we're supposed to do, even in his absence. The government is still the government of the people. Biafra Republic government in Eza still remain the legitimate government, which I'm here giving this press briefing from our office. We have multiple offices here. We have more than one, two, and of which our media team is still formidable. Our angel, we call them men on ground. They are still there doing their needful. We salute them. We salute their reasonableness. We salute them for all that they are doing. Without them, we will be in big trouble. Please, I beg every Biafran, don't be one of those that cajole our angels. Don't be one of those that utter evil word against them, because they have done a lot. And a lot of Biafrans that travel home during this Xmas season, over 90% of our territory are safe just because of the great work that our men on ground, our defense forces have been doing. Please, we need to appreciate them, show them support, because without them, we have a big problem. Thank you.
Thank you, APM. Thank you.
Okay, that is all we have for you today. I want to thank you all for watching this video, and do not forget, it is actually a very critical time, for every Biafrans all over the world, both those here and those in diaspora. So many issues, arose, issues trending and happenings between the media team. As I'm talking to you now, there are so many factions. It shouldn't be so. But one important thing I have noticed, despite the faction, is that everybody is in line. Everybody is concentrated with, the freedom and the legacy the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá and Joko, or rather, not legacy, the structure the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá and Joko left behind. And that is the most important thing. Every other issue coming up or happening right now is a normal thing. Controversies must come up. People will never agree, with everything, they say. This is why, it's a group of people coming together to work, to achieve a common goal. So disunity, discord will definitely come up. But at the end, let us not lose the major focus, which is Biafran freedom. That's all it be for my mouth today. This is Let's Talk TV, your one and only Ogbonge Confirmento channel where they give you the back-to-back news. Thank you. Make sure you share this video to as many groups, to as many platforms as possible. Biafrans needs to know, what is happening currently in Biafraland, and most importantly, about the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, the ordeal, because everybody wants to know. God bless you.